Hello, Charlie fans. It's been a while, and I apologize for that. We've been working on some new refactoring, working on a little bit of changing of how the platform works and some philosophy around prompting versus guided UI experiences. So I'm here today to soft announce the Content Studio. So I want to take you really quickly through how that works and talk to you about some of those updates. And then there will be subsequent updates about some improvements to the agent and some other tooling that's available to you. But I think the first thing that you'll notice if you haven't logged into the platform in a while is that you now have this nice, clean tools homepage. Some of these tools that I have, you guys don't have access to because they're being tested still. But what you should see if you have an LTD or your current paid user is Simple Charlie, Agent Charlie, Text Wizard, and Content Studio. And then on the utility side, you'll see a Charlie API, Brand Voice Library, File Vault Library. I'll go over some of the updates to the agent in a subsequent video, but today we're going to focus on Content Studio. So if you click Content Studio, you'll now see this screen come up. So this will be your first screen that you will see whenever you go into the Campaign Studio. Basically, the philosophy behind the Campaign Studio is that you will be creating multiple pieces of content within a given campaign, but you want to be able to view them all in conjunction, and you want to be able to pump them out pretty well. So the first thing that you'll notice is you have your campaigns here on the left, and you can access them at any time. You simply just click. You can go between them. You can name them if you wish. You can delete them by clicking this button here. But let's go ahead and start from scratch. So I have a new campaign. The first field that you'll notice is campaign goal. So there's really 3 campaign goals, and these are mostly how you advertise, mostly your goals for the content. And these are really the 3 campaign goals that adjust the structure of your individual content. So drive awareness, click through, and conversions. So you choose one of these 3 goals that's required. Then you'll notice that you have a whole bunch of different use cases here. So you have social media, you have ads, you have emails, you have blogs. Each one of them has a different archetype under them. So with ads, it's going to be Google, Meta, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest. Emails, welcome, newsletter, product intro, sales, abandoned cart. Blogs is going to be pillar and listicle for now. But let's, for our purposes, just choose social media and let's choose Instagram. Now, remember, all of these have different structures, different platforms have different rules. So we've just embedded that into the prompt layer behind a lot of this. But what you'll also notice is that you can now choose from 1 to 10 outputs at a time. I'm going to choose 3 for purposes of this demo, but this means that you can create up to 10 outputs all at once. Really simple. The more outputs that you have, the longer it's going to take to come out. So just plan for that. And then we've added back in languages. So languages, I know, was something that people were very much interested in still having. We have also switched the output languages over to DeepL. We have a bunch of languages already available here, but the prompts go in English. So use your prompt in English, but then you can just simply switch out what language you want to use. So we have the DeepL integration there for translation. If you need additional languages, please just email me and we'll see what we can get added to the platform. But I believe that DeepL is a much better output language engine for you guys. Then you'll notice some things that you're already familiar with. So you can select a brand voice. So see the other videos that we have on creating a brand voice with the custom instructions tooling, but that now lives in utilities. If you want to edit, you can just click edit from here. But let's just say that you do a Go Charlie brand voice. You can easily just select it. Or if you want to do no brand voice, just click no brand voice. And then what do you want your content to be about? Let's make our content be about Go Charlie's new content creator studio and how it removes prompt engineering from getting value from AI. Cool. So then we've also added another field that's across all of these, which is your target persona. But you can start to see how we've made this a lot more fluid, a lot more straightforward. You're not stuck sitting with a chatbot trying to figure out how to use different things. This is simply a straightforward UI for you to be able to create with. Now you have your target persona. So let's just say Go Charlie customers, fans, friends, and puppies. Keep it simple. But then for additional context, if you click that drop down, you'll see that you can add your file vaults that you've previously had. We've made some updates to that architecture, so that should be greatly improved as well. I'll talk about that in a subsequent video. But let's just say I have my own memory vault that I want to use. But for purposes of this demo, I'm just going to not have a memory vault. If you want to put in a URL that you want to use, you can put in the website. So you can go to the Go Charlie website. You can take this, and you can go back into your URL here. And then you can also add files. So similar to other prompts, if you use audio video files, it will do a transcription. If you use PDFs, if you use any of those types of things, it'll automatically work there and bring that into context with everything else that you're creating. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and click create, and Charlie is going to run. So as you can imagine, the more context that you're adding into each one of these runs, the longer it's going to take to generate, because we have a lot working in the background. We're considering files, we're considering brand voice, we're considering all the different prompts that Charlie has for best practices for each one of these platforms. So the more outputs you do, the more context that you give, the longer it's going to take, but it should result in a better experience for you than what you're going to get with the agents. So this is going to process, but once it's done, you're going to see a screen like this. So you see a screen that has your outputs here. You simply just have to click into them if you wish. So all you'll have to do is click into this, and it will take you into the text editor. This should look familiar to anyone that's been using the platform when they had chat bubbles. You can simply highlight text, have Charlie write more, rewrite, shorten, lengthen, or you could even say custom instruction like change the tone to be funny and let Charlie run with it. All of these edits get made, and then they get saved back down to this document. So there's a little bar that comes up, so any of those edits would automatically get saved. This is just to confirm that those edits are being saved on your computer. We also have a couple other features down here at the bottom. You can have Charlie generate within that document. So each one of these pieces of content is a document. You can have Charlie generate. You click this button and you just ask Charlie what to generate, and it'll generate right in line. If you prefer dictation, you can click the microphone. I can't do that right now because I'm recording a video. But then you have all of these different editing functions. So effectively, if you use this right, you don't really need Google Docs anymore, because you're able to do all of that editing, and you're able to do all the content creating right from here. So this is the new Content Studio. You have ads, you have emails, you have blogs, you have a bunch of different types here. This is an early release, so we want you to get familiar, get in there, play around, see if you can break things, give us feedback on other use cases that you might want to see under these things. But this is a push towards a UI that's a lot more user-driven rather than prompt-driven, which we think results in a much more reliable experience for you. So give it a shot, test it out, see what you think. There will be more updates coming on the agent, as well as a couple other bigger announcements. So stay tuned. Hopefully you like this, and I'll talk to you all soon.